So today, with midterms coming up, what do you think far leftists were doing today? They were out there protesting Chuck Schumer. The Republicans run the White House. They run the Senate. They run Congress. And the far leftists cannot find any time on this schedule to protest those that are in power that are literally part of the reason what is going on right now in Gaza, in Lebanon, and now in Iran, where a whole school of girls were massacred. Not at all. So I bring up this little picture right here is to remind folks, the far leftists, right, they have this weird obsession of not just owning the libs, they want to take over the Democratic Party. And I saw a Wall Street Journal article earlier today. In fact, let me put it right here. They're calling Bernie Sanders the kingmaker. And we consistently see progressives have no real shot at being elected as of late. But again, back to my point, they want to take over the Democratic Party. My whole thing to the Hassan Pikers, to the Kyle Kalinskis, to the Cenk Uygurs, to the Anna Kasparians, and to the Bernie Sanders of the world, why don't you just start your own effing party? Since y'all just hate and loathe the Democratic Party so much, and you keep saying two sides are the same, when we continuously see over and over again Democratic governors, Democrats in certain positions in the country are passing legislations to help their community, Minnesota, Massachusetts, New Mexico. Different elected Democratic officials are doing things like free lunch for kids, talking about as well as like daycare, as far as paid leave, maternity leave for parents and all that. All these things, Dems are doing that. Things that progressives used to say they believe in, but yet it's more so like a look at me, rip off my shirt, Chuck Schumer, look at me, and people look at me on social media. I'm doing this because it's going to get me viral, and it's also going to basically help us do what we want to do, is to take down the Democratic Party, which is really crazy because everything right now is affecting them as well. Well, most of them, but not all of them, because there's a lot of them that basically are well off and just basically doing this as like a hobby, and they go back to their rich little mansions and live their best life. But that's neither here nor there. Again, do not take these folks seriously, and we really, really, as a community, need to do our best to push away this nonsense, because they are going to be the chaos agent for the Republican Party coming for the midterms. They are not going to go away. They're going to make it extremely hard for Dems to win the midterms, which shouldn't be like this. But this is how they are. They hate the Dems more than they hate the Republicans.